and he's Mr. Atul Shedge. As far as his introduction is concerned, he is having a total professional experience of 10 years in embedded products development, about 10 years. He has worked with companies like Behr Hela Thermocontrol, that is BHTC, HCL Technologies, Whirlpool of India Limited, GTEC, Micro Intelligent Machines Limited, and his first organization was Trans World Compressor Technologies, where he worked. He has worked in different SDLS, that is Agile Process Waterfall Model, and has completed the Agile Process Training. Beyond that, he has also completed the Advanced Diploma in Business Administration. And currently, he's been working as a lead tech, senior lead tech in Faurecia, Pune. So we will be having a pleasure to actually uh, welcome Atul Shedge on behalf of Department of Electronics and Telecommunications, Sveris College of Engineering, Pandharpur. And we are really pleasured and honored to have a person like him who is having a full-fledged experience in embedded systems and IoT. And in today's world where IoT is grooming so fast that we are moving towards industrial 4.0, it becomes very, very important to understand IoT, as a lot of jobs have been has been introduced, which is in terms of IoT. So as far as the IoT is concerned, you are having this subject, and that's why it becomes much more important. So in detail, what is going up in the industries, how this IoT can be used in for industrial automation, we'll be hearing from our expert, that is Mr. Atul Shedge. So I request him to take over the floor. Thank you.
Hello, sir. Thank you for introduction. And I'm happy I got a chance to interact with the students, and I can share my knowledge with the upcoming generation for their good future and their growth, as well as it will helpful for the industrial organization as well to get a good talent and work with them. Okay, so as sir has introduced, I have a 10 years of experience. I have a good experience in automotive software development as well. Currently, I'm working in Faurecia. So just before starting our session on the IoT, I want to encourage or support the guys for the software development as well as hardware development, because you guys will soon pass out, will work in industry, but don't work for just 9 to 5 clock of duty. Just work to gain the knowledge to contribute in the automotive development. It will definitely helpful for both you as well as organization where you will get the job. So it is not mandatory everyone will work in a development. It can be the quality testing, hardware, anything. These domains are also grown up in India. So very huge and vast uh, opportunities in the testing as well. You won't believe India is at the number one for the testing in embedded systems. Development is one aspect of only of the embedded systems, but along with that, all the factors are important. Okay, so I will start with my presentation.
Atul, share the screen. Have you shared the screen?
No, I'm doing.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Just let me know once you can see my screen. I'm
Okay.
starting with the slide.
Okay. Okay. Done.
So Internet of Things. So basically I have a question for everyone. What is Internet of Things? What you have read on the website, on articles, and you are aware from your studies. Can anyone answer?
Yes, students. What is Internet of Things? Please be interactive. बताइए जो पता है आपको, what is Internet of Thing?
Definitely, this will not be a session or workshop or just something I'm going to push on you. It will be interactive discussion session through which we will gain some knowledge and some understanding about the upcoming trends.
Yes,
It would,
anybody? Nobody is ready.
okay, no issues. I think it is not in syllabus, right, sir?
No, it is in the syllabus. It is in the final year subject.
Okay. So
Uh,
anyone want to contribute? Because I know now the students are learning and studying so many things on the upcoming trends. Okay, I will first start. So in meanwhile, you can understand and answer to this question as well as you can ask the other questions. Okay, so first thing, Internet of Things refers to the process of connecting everyday physical object to the internet, from common household objects like light bulbs to healthcare assets like medical devices to wearables, smart devices, and even smart cities. So wearable is nothing but we are using smartwatch right now. Means even mobile use is also reduced due to the smartwatch. So what is happening through smartwatch also and smart devices, you are connecting to internet and interacting with the other people, other devices. No need to physically meet or connect to them. It is completely wireless through internet. So this picture is showing nothing but in which area internet of things can work and can contribute. Okay, the internet of things or the IoT is essentially an ecosystem of the physical devices, vehicles, appliances, and other things that have the ability to connect, collect, and exchange the data over a wired and wireless network with a little or a human to human or human to computer intervention. So basically, the content which I have placed in this slide is very typical content, but it is very important content. So when you will understand the IoT, you no need to go any reference manual or so many websites. You can just refer this and understand the basics of IoT and applications of the IoT. Even in further slides, further uh, part of the session, I'm going to introduce the IoT modules as well. So this is the first step where we are trying to understand the IoT. Okay. Next is what is mean by allowing the integration data exchange between the physical devices. It is part comes to the security. So when multiple devices wants to connect, it is an important part of a cyber security. It should be allowed on that basis only. And all these integration data exchange happening wireless remotely. We cannot see, we cannot understand when it is happening. We are just clicking on our devices and data is transmitting and reaching to the other device. How it is happening, we will see that. To be more specific, taking advantage of cutting edge technologies like a machine learning, machine to machine communication, and artificial intelligence. So these three areas also coming to the picture. These are also related to IoT, or we can say IoT is the part of these major or big areas. So these are related terms, related technologies. IoT aims at extending connectivity between standard internet supported physical devices, smartphones, tablets, desktop, laptops, to wide spectrum of the non-internet enabled physical devices and everyday objects such as coffee makers, washing machines, door locks, etc. So you can remotely monitor and control them with the help of the mobile and tablets and devices. So currently you can see if you want to turn on and turn off, along with that you want to configure or change the settings, you need to reach there physically, then only you can do. So human interaction is physically required. You have to reach there physically, but with the IoT it is not required. Currently we are using the internet only to watching the videos, movies, and chit chatting, PUBG, and all that things. But you won't believe internet is ahead of that. It is really interesting factor. So just off the line, I want to explain you one scenario. If you guys are aware of the person named Jack Ma, who is from China. So in the 1991 or 1997, he explained to his some of the friends term internet. We can upload and download the images on internet. At that time, image or data transmission on the internet was very limited. So to just download one image, he took more than 3 hours. At that time, his friend laughed and he said, "No, there is no term like the internet. You cannot implement this." But at the current situation, he is the most richest person based on internet only. You can study his history and journey, how he used the internet, and within a 15-20 years, how he has used. So why IoT is important? Why IoT is playing a major role in the development of human life? Will it make our life easy? Will it be user friendly? Can adopt everyone? Yes, these are really important questions. Yes, internet is there, but right now it is possible to use everyone internet? No. How to connect the things on internet, is it possible for everyone? Currently no, but step by step it will increase. Even so many big technical legends are saying, in India, if you want to teach something, you just give that device, that part to anyone. By experience he can learn the things, no need to teach them. So internet of things is also like that. Currently you can use a TV, you are not reading a manual, but you can easily access all the features of the television. LCD, LED, any kind of TV you can access easily, even without reading a manual. Same way, slowly internet of things will be habitual and user friendly for everyone. The number of IoT devices increased 31% year over by year to 84 billion in the year 2017. It was estimated that there will be 30 billion devices by 2020. Right now, it is not achieved, but now it is target for 2025. Global market value of IoT was projected to reach 7.1 trillion by 2020. Definitely, this will also achieve by 2025. In future, the Internet of Things may be a non-deterministic and open network in which auto-organized or intelligent entities, web services, SOA components, and virtual objects will be interp- interoperable and able to act independently. So total installed base of Internet of Things connected devices worldwide is projected to amount to 30.9 billion units by 2025. You guys are with me? You feel it is boring or these are just numbers? Hello all.
It's no response. I do feel so. They are just hearing it.
Okay, so I need a acknowledgement as well as just want to understand these contained is helpful or not. Otherwise, we can make it something different way. But yes, this is
This is,
very
yes.
specific and
It's
sorted out content.
it's okay, sir. It's okay.
Okay. Okay. So as I told you, this is the graph and this is the real scenario. Because even we don't know, but we are daily using so many things. Like your upgraded and latest cars are regularly using Internet of Things. Even in the smart TVs, there is facility to use the internet. So many applications are available on Play Store to use the IoT. And soon I will show you the very small and simplified examples. So I'm taking one of the example to explain how does IoT works. So this is one example: motion sensor, pressure sensor, temperature sensor. These are sensor part connected to gateway, and through gateway we are sending all data to clouds. On either side, same thing is happening. So this way different devices are connecting. So maybe either side a computer is connected, a laptop is connected, or any mobile device is connected. But on the front end, you can see there are sensors, gateway, and cloud through which data is reaching to the mobile. A complete IoT system is made up of four distinct components. that work together to deliver the desired output. That components are sensor devices, which is the first part. Second is connectivity. Through gateway, you will get them. So what is gateway? What service you are getting is nothing but the gateway. Then data processing. So the data is reached to cloud, then process is happening on that, and then it will go to the user, means through mobile. And by monitoring it, user taking the action. So understanding of each component. First is sensor. First of all, sensors or devices collect very minute data from the surroundings environment. The collected data could be as simple as geographical location, as complex as health essential of patient. So in short, on a WhatsApp, when you are sending your live location, you are using an Internet of Thing. On either side, the person who is receiving your location and acting on that or sending you a message, so he is acknowledging, he is monitoring. He can't control you, but he is able to monitor you. On either side, he is also sending his location to you. And you can see on a same picture, you can see two icons, two DP. One is from your side, one is from other person who is sending the data. So through that you can monitor the distance between them. So it is nothing but the part of Internet of Things because you are connected through internets. So these two devices are on your circle. To pick up the most sensitive changes in data, one can bundle the multiple sensors together to be part of devices that is capable of doing more than just sense things. For instance, the mobile phone is a device with the several built-in sensors such as GPS, camera, accelerometer, without which the phone is not able to sense things. Just we have discussed the same thing they are explaining. We took an example of WhatsApp to send the location. Then connectivity. Once the data is collected, it is sent to the cloud infrastructure with the help of medium and IoT platform. So that medium I will explain you in detail later on, but that medium is nothing but the Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, LTE, or any GSM, satellites. These are nothing but the different mediums. So if you see, currently more than 80 million cars have the ability to send the data and able to locate through GPS. Just imagine this data is sending to cloud on each seconds. So imagine when all these cars are turned on, immediately starting the data on a cloud, how much traffic will be there, how the database is handling. Is it really a big challenge? And soon this number will increase because automotive industry, home automation is increasing. Now Whirlpool has introduced IoT, or we can say connectivity, to each and every device. So when in your house, fridge, washing machine, TV and lights are connected, even dishwasher, microwave connected through internet to your mobile. So they are also responding continuously their data to the cloud. So cloud is getting bunch of data on every second. The sensors can be connected to the cloud through various mediums of communication and transport such as cellular networks, satellite networks, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, wide area network, low power wide area network, and many more. So earlier there is must one what we can say physical network line to be at your home like a broadband service, but now it is not required. Through a simple mobile also you can connect all the devices at your home. So you can keep one mobile at your home. So suppose आपने एक मोबाइल घर में रख दिया, ऑन कर दिया, उसका हॉटस्पॉट ऑन कर दिया और सारे डिवाइसेस उसको कनेक्ट कर लिए. सो अदर एंड से आप इमीडिएटली सारे डिवाइसेस को टर्न ऑन या ऑफ कर सकते हो, इंटरनेट प्रोवाइड कर सकते हो. आपको राउटर की जरूरत नहीं है. सो दिस इज द चीपेस्ट solution we got. So day by day we are expanding, we are growing. Every option we choose has some specifications and trade-off between power consumption, range and bandwidth. Earlier these were the major factors, range and bandwidth. Now there is no limitation. In other countries 5G is implemented, soon it will be implemented in India as well. Data processing. Once the data is collected and it get to the cloud, the software performs processing on the acquired data. So you can see over here what is happening. Thing with the network sensors, they will reach to data stores. So data stores is nothing but it can be the video, image, anything will reach to the cloud. When it will send to the analytic engines. So analytic engines can be the server, can be the human with the mobile, human with the laptop. This nothing but the human and machine learning. So suppose human is not present, some machine is acting, it will be a machine learning. But suppose human is monitoring and controlling, in that case it will be a human with the mobile. Server and clouds is nothing but the big or huge database centers. They will feedback and control it. So this is the closed loop cycle, and this is iterative cycle continuously happening. This can range from something very simple, such as checking that temperature reading on devices such as AC, heaters is within an acceptable range. It can sometimes also be very complex, such as identifying the objects, because you will get huge data from so many devices like a home appliances, your car. So much data will be gathered at the data stores. So it can be the very complex, such as identifying the objects, such as intruder in your house. So what is mean that? So when someone is coming to your colony gate and asks to get the access inside your colony, so your gatekeeper is asking this person is known or not. So this way, through gateway, this data is transmitting using the computer vision and different videos. This is the user interface. So on mobile as well as on more computer, you can get such kind of user interface. User interface is nothing but the front end where you can click and decide. So this is nothing but the living room temperature, this is kitchen temperature, this is the office temperature, kids bedroom temperature. Everything is accessible through your mobile and IoT. You can control it easily. Same is available on mobile, it will be available on your PC. So make it interactive. I'm going to play a small video which will give you the more detailed idea. So you can see your device also got IP address, a network. So in short, it is showing how through your laptop you can access the device. So right now user interface is nothing but your laptop screen. Okay, that's it. So this is the live example over which I have personally worked. So this way, Whirlpool refrigerator, all devices like a washing machine, microwave, dishwasher, all are connected to each other. And through router, we can access from mobile and computer. So if you see, this is the complete home automation package in outside India, in the USA. Most of the time, people are choose the devices of the same brand, same company. So it will be helpful to connect or to use the features very reliably. So they are using same features, all the features which we are physically using, they are operating through their mobiles and devices, tablets. So Internet of what things, that I want to explain. So we will go into the more detail. We were just checking devices are connected through mobiles and all that stuff. Now I will differentiate and make it more simple. So big things, large and complex data modules. This is like a shape. This is the all communication devices symbol, petrol pumps, cars. These actually laptop symbol, but it's nothing but the industry or the PLC SCADA kind of thing controlling devices there. So they want to say it's such kind of big computers. Then this is the robotics arm. Through this also you can control remotely. No need to physically present over there. So these all the big things. Currently also, if you see, there is a pandemic situation, but industries are going on. How they are going? How they are going? Just imagine. So in offices, we are keeping one system, one test board present over there, and remotely we are accessing through gateway. So it is also example of IoT. We are able to access and control remotely all the stuff. So this is an one of the example of the industry automation and industry internet of things, non-IP things. So these are the simple things like home things, or open or close the door, just turn on and turn off the lights, stop the water tap. These are street lights. These kind of simple data models where we are just taking action in terms of on and off. But normally in the large or complex data module, you have to analyze, you want to collect the data, understand, or you want to do some automation on that, and then you can stop that. So on either end, from computers and mobiles, you can control your factory devices, your car. So currently I don't have a good video. If I got, I will immediately show you how you can control your car uh, through your mobile. So definitely after end of this session I will show you. So this is nothing but also a good example of internet of things. Or you can also search the automatic parking system or autonomous driving system. That are the example of IoT, because IoT is also one of the part of this all automation. So it is the important thing. Small things, simple data model, constraint to your BW, PWR, MEM. Just ignore these terms. They want to say simple like your alarm, just means reminder for your all these daily activities. Nothing but it is a reminders like this is the time to turn on your tap, time to start the exercise, just get up, just share the data, These kind of things, it is a small thing. So important thing is nothing but the complex data, and which we are handling through gateway. Okay, so I will just go into more detail what we are using for that. So portals, big data, rules, automation, forward update, these things happening through IoT server. So cloud computing is also part of this IoT server. So portals, big data, rules and automation are nothing but full E2E server part is happening over there. Then what is at the end? To set and get. So through different actions, these devices will be turned on and off. It's nothing but set and get will happen. Now, what is the happening at the gateway? What is nothing but the IoT server? So IoT server is also doing a device management along with the portals and big data and rules and automation. So there are specific rules. Automation is happening on the server. So we are saying cloud computing to that. Then big data handling is happening. Portals are there. So different portals are handled by the different IT people. Then what is device management? So there are n number of different category devices. We need to handle that at server side, differentiate or segregate the data. That is nothing but the advanced forward update and group of operations. Then service provider tool. So you are using the different services, Airtel, Reliance. How you will differentiate, or how you can compute the data of the different servers. Sometimes you will get the data from Airtel server as well, Reliance server as well. So that device management will happen over here. Gateway device management, which manage the complex and dynamic data model. Diagnostics and repair. So what is diagnostic and repairs? Diagnostic and repairs means, suppose your system is got disconnected, your wire got breaked, or suppose more current is extracting. In that case, what will happen? Short is happened. What is in by short? Short to ground or short to battery are the regular terms in that case, which we are using in industry. So diagnostic is nothing but your device need to be diagnosed and intimate it is not working, there is this fault. And repair is nothing but the contamination action immediately. So that is also need to be taken care. Alarm and alerts. So suppose some time is exceeded or something is not correct, you will get the alerts. Alarm is to get your the some intimation like this should happen that time, this is the time to do this kind of alarms. Configuration management. So these devices need to be configured properly. Then security management. So it comes to the cyber security, because if some other device which is not known come to your server, in the list of your IoT server, then it can also disturb or kind of hacking will happen. So it comes to security management. Suppose you are doing industrial automation, you are controlling some devices and someone has entered into your server. He can disturb, he can stop that devices, he can play with that devices, he can extract the data from the devices. So it should not happen. So it comes under the security management. Then provisioning. So provisioning is nothing but the simplicity to be there to handle the things. Okay. So there are two types of concepts. One is the messaging and other is the session to transmit the data. Messaging is nothing but a simple concept over which client is publishing the data. There is a broker, different topics which subscribes the other client and he can use that data this way. So everything coming to the broker with different topics, and there are different clients connected to broker and they can use that. So we can say send, get and object. So messaging protocol are just a language. You need to build words, sentence and stories for that. So it should be happen on the user end or controlling end. The key concept sessions. Every transaction is a session. Payload is a set of XML and SOP data. Established business logic, data models, RPC, different things are established. Common objects predefined. No need to invent. It's already defined. You have to just use the common objects. Load and time. client initiate, server can push. So it's simple. Server is nothing but the huge database, and client is nothing but the your one device. It's connected to or sending a data to your server. So this way there are lakhs of clients connected to server. So just client is initiating and server is pushing to that. So server is doing some process and taking action on that. As here we can see, IoT server is handling all that things. Okay. So bottom line is there are four protocols through which IoT data is transmitting, device management is happening. So MQTT is the fast light messaging protocol. LWM2M is the fast light and structured protocol, but it is not a messaging, it is the session board protocol. And this is the DMA DM, complex structured mobile. This DM is also, this device management is also session based. In future slide, further slide, I will show you that. TR609, it is also complex structure and fixed. So DM is nothing but defined for mobile, and 069 is fixed, it is not for mobile. So detailed description is over here. This is protocol comparison for the communication. So there are four protocols and they are compared on these topics. So I have a question. So these kind of protocols and comparisons or details are in syllabus, or this is something different which I am explaining right now? Hello, anyone can answer? Is these things are in syllabus, or you are aware, or this is completely new?
MQTT is in the syllabus. Rest are not.
Okay, so it is good. Means you guys are already habitual of this and aware of the things. So MQTT is the simple messaging type of protocol, and others are session based protocols. So maybe these are available in industry but not in syllabus, but for the specific, like a OMA DM is for the mobile gateways, TR60069 is for fixed gateways, and LWM2M is for the small gateways like a sensors and small devices where you no need to, like there is no TV, refrigerator kind of or mobile kind of devices, but you want to read the room temperature and heaters kind of small devices you want to control. So there you can use the LWM2M. So if you see the type, MQTT is the messaging and others are session type. So overhead, so you can see MQTT there is no overhead, and for other three there is lighter, heavier and heavier overhead. Overhead is nothing but traffic for me. Footprint, so footprint is nothing but size of your code, how much it will be. So footprint for MQTT is light, so it is around of 10k of data, 10k of program memory, or the hex file size of the MQTT devices will be 10 kilobytes, not more than that. In LWM2M it is less than 100 kb, and for DM it can be more than 100 kb, and for TR609 it is also more than 100 kb of the code size. Then server load, for MQTT it is lighter, LWM2M it is lighter. Only for mobile specific devices and TR609, which are dedicated fixed gateways devices, is heavier because they are sending lot of data, videos kind of things. That's why. So video is a good example for their server load. Then data model. So for the MQTT there is no structure defined, but for other three platforms it is structured. Complex data model. So MQTT is not a complex, but other three are complex data. So what is dynamic? So at the runtime, is it possible to change the room, to change the threads? Like if anyone is aware of the operating systems and runtime operating systems, when you are doing something, so at that time, if multiple applications are running, it is nothing but the multiple rooms are created, multiple threads are open in a software. So dynamic is nothing but that. So MQTT is one-to-one protocol. At a time, only one transmission reception is happening. It is not a complex and different applications are happening at a time. So we will take one of the example of a sensor based controlling system of home automation. In that you can see how MQTT is using, but other has dynamic room creation, thread creation happening for that. Then forward upgrade is the proprietary. It is not randomly happening, or in any case it will not happening. For upgrade, proprietary dedicated licenses and mm, devices are fixed, that will only happen. And for other, forward upgrade is possible, there is no security or limitation. This is the device management, so which is not proprietary, but in other cases it is normal and full. Response time, it is most of the time one to one, or at a time only one device messaging is happening, so it is very fast. In other case, like LWM to M is fast, but in mobile gateways lots of data, and if you see overhead is heavier, that's why it is slower. In same case for TR609, it is also slower response time. Most of the use of the MQTT for the sensors and small constrained devices. LW, lightweight M2M devices, are small gateway sensors and small constrained devices. OMA-DM is specifically for mobile gateways, and TR609 are fixed gateways. Okay, so guys, Internet of Things platforms. So as I said, how it works. So we were just saying server, and clouds. Now you can see these are the Internet of Things platforms. Cloud IoT Core by Google, by Hub, Microsoft Azure. Everyone has listened the Azure. There are so many classes and lectures available on Azure. AWS system, IBM system, and MindSphere. So these are developed by different companies, and they have their own clouds. I will not go in much details of the clouds because it is not part of electronics and our agenda. Benefits of IoT. So you can access high quality data, better tracking and management, efficient resource utilization. It's nothing but only a device utilization, but also human resources, automation and control, comfort and convenience, save the time and money as well. So while ultimate goal of the Internet of Things is to automate the human life to make it more essentially efficient and productive. So there are countless benefits of IoT for both businesses and consumers. Before going to the detail of the things, I will just show you one of good video. Are you able to see the screen? I think I'm not
स्क्रीन
sharing the
दिख रहा है
video.
लेकिन वीडियो नहीं है, स्क्रीन दिख रहा है.
Okay.
हाँ.
Okay. I'll directly go to the protocol.
Hello. Hello, Atul, your voice is not clear.
This video voice is not clear.
नहीं, वीडियो दिख नहीं रहा है.
Okay. Actually, I have presented the whole screen. Mm,
Carry on with this. We'll see it at the end.
Okay. Can you see now? Hello?
दिख रहे PPTs.
Okay.
हाँ, you can continue with PPTs.
Okay. Okay. So we were checking the benefits of IoT. Marketers and interpreters loves their data, and with the invention of the IoT devices, companies now have a greater access to data related to their customers and product than ever before. So now there is a question why IoT is a boom and why it is says like a marketers and entrepreneurs loves the data. Because currently, other than IoT, there is a big trend in the market of a data science and machine learning. But for data science and machine learning, a company or robot, they need a data. On that basis only they can take the decision. But for you guys, just want to tell, no one company kept the data more than 1 year or 2 year. You can go to any company, because lack of size and server, what they are doing, they are erasing data before 1 year or 2 year. Only mandatory softwares and repository data will be present, but other than that, the data which we are using for analysis, creating based on our testings, is not present with the companies. So they want this. So because of that, they loves the data and they get through the IoT devices. If the every device is connected through internet, then they can easily take the data from the internet. So they will capture it. So regularly they want all devices to be connected on internet. They are not bothering, they are not caring about the database. They are going to increasing their servers and database, but they are now collecting huge data for car, for home appliances, for industry automation, for every device. Whatever the industry is, IoT makes tracking and management a breeze for organization. From keeping track of inventory item by item to monitoring the road traffic and weather conditions to notifying and concern authorities about any suspicious behavior. IoT revolutionized the way how we currently track and manage our business assets. Be it home, office, hotel, car, IoT facilitates an efficient utilization of assets for improved productivity. So simple. We can take one example of the home appliance. You have just turn on AC, but while leaving the home, you miss to turn it off. What will happen? But you don't remember have you turned it off or on. What you will do, you will come back to home and check. So in that time you lost your time as well as your fuel by your car or two-wheeler you travel, that fuel you lost. Third thing, you have missed your further activities, so that is loss in terms of money as well as time both. So they are saying as a home appliances example notifies you about the task completion. You need not worrying about the inefficient consumption of electricity. So you can do a automation. If there is no one is present at your home, automatically turn off the things. But how you will notify it? With the IoT. Automation is the need of the hour, and IoT is renowned for the same. Since most of the IoT devices are connected with each other through the wireless infrastructure, they are able to operate on their own with little or no manual intervention. You are able to control all your devices just through one centralized device like your phone. This leads to greater convenience and comfort. The concept of IoT revolves around getting more done in less time by automating tasks and requiring little to no human intervention. So, if on either side you don't have time, you don't want to control, you can do automation. You can just simply write a code, check these values. If this is correct, turn it off. Check this value. If this is wrong, turn it off. This way it will happen. The concept of IoT revolves around getting more done in less time by automating tasks and requiring little to no human intervention, allowing you to accomplish the cumbersome tasks faster and with optimum utilization of energy. IoT not only saves your precious time but also your hard earned money because it saves your further activities time. It is happening automatically. Now we will reach to the applications or examples and more. How smart home, building and home automation sector, wearables, your smartwatch to monitor and control the other devices, smart cities, automotive and transportation, medical healthcare, industrial IoT. Industrial IoT is nothing but you can control your office devices, other machines by mobile phone only, or simple any user interface. Elder care. Suppose there is some elder people at your home or at hospital. Every time, no need to entertain them or no need to check what they are doing by reaching there physically. Through these devices, you can do that. You can turn on the specific device, specific machine near to that elder people. You can measure and monitor their temperature as well. No need to reach physically. Manufacturing, agriculture, in every sector it is applicable. Now I will give you the live example which we are using right now. Not we are using, but yes, other people are using, and it is available in market. Amazon Go is one of its kind retail store that facilitate customer shopping with no checkout required. Nest Learning Thermostat, self-learning Wi-Fi enabled smart thermostat that leverages machine learning to automatically optimize the heating and cooling of your home to conserve energy. You can also manually control your home's temperature with just a few taps on your smartphones and tablets. And also it can happen automatically. With Philip Hue, you can control your lights from your living room to the keyboard. You can turn them off with a single tap and even change their hue to match your ambience. Hero Health is a smart medication dispenser that is widely used for home treatment and elderly care. So, as I said, you can care of the elder people wherever they can present with some smart devices. Blossom is a smart watering system that utilizes real time weather data and forecast for optimal water use in your yard and allows you to control your sprinklers from the remotely from the your Android mobile phone or other device like a tablet. Now you can see future of the IoT. This is a very nice video prepared by Edureka. So this is a, yes, home automation, sorry, industry automation example. Okay. So have you seen Amazon stores where you are not paying anything, you are just coming out and money is automatically getting deducted from your bank account? Also toll plaza system where your car is passing and money is automatically getting deducted. So what you are doing, you are nothing but reading RFID, and through RFID you are sending all the data to server. So through RFID, you are interacting or you are connecting to that things. Though you are not, car is not connected. But what is at the end? You are connecting devices to the internet. Now you have the question, how it will happen, how the connectivity will be established. So for that, Wi-Fi modules for the wireless IoT projects are important. So I'm just giving some example of the ESP8266, which very well known and a simple Wi-Fi module. It is a Wi-Fi capability module, 60 megahertz of speed, 64K of program memory, and 96K of data memory. Also, it is supporting supply from laptop and mobile charger. So not required of the big supply or any adapter to be used over there. And it is integrated with the low power 32-bit CPU. So 32-bit CPU means your data computation and data transfer action will happen very fast. You can see the standby power consumption is also very less, more than 1 megawatt. And wake up and transmit packets is less than 2 milliseconds. So this is nothing but the node MCU, which is created based on the ESP8266. And this board is known as a ESP826612E, which is nothing but containing the ESP8266 IC as well as other devices with the open pins. So you can easily use it. Here is the description how the board is featured with the different features like a 32-volt output regulator, micro USB connector. Also, it has the 16 GPIO pins extracted outside to connect the other things. So you can easily create a projects from that or you easily use in your any application. Also, it is supporting to SPI and I2C communication. UART is also by default present and it's a 10-bit ADC resolution. So you can connect any sensor or any switches easily. Just we will go through how this board is designed, what components are present on the board.
Atul, no audio for this video.
Okay, no audio is coming.
Uh,
Okay, then fine. We will explain through this slide only. As
okay.
actually in this video, it is explaining the same thing. What things are present on this board. So it is showing like 16 GPIOs are extracted outside, which are used for the connectivity. 3.3 regulator IC is present on this board. Voltage regulator LDO is present. Also integrated with the TR switch, balloon, LNA, power amplifier, and matching networks. For security purposes, WEP or WPA authentications is also present. And SPC, I2C, and UART communication is present for communication. Okay, so we will go with the further slide. These are different Wi-Fi modules based on the ESP series. So ESP, this is the 12E, which is used for the node MCU. And other than this, this is the basic one, ESP01, which is designed earlier and then further are designed. So we can use as per our project need. For example, ESP07 I'm taking. It's a UART serial to Wi-Fi wireless module. It has antenna built in, which is ceramic type of antenna. Wi-Fi at 2.4 gigahertz it is working. Also, it is supporting to security protocols. It is very easy to develop projects with 80 commands. No need of physical intervention like I2C, SPI or USB. You can use through 80 commands. Only you have to configure. So how to configure that we can check. The sample programs are also available on website. This is a Wi-Fi serial transceiver module based on the ESP8266 SoC. The SoC has an integrated TCP/IP protocol as well, TTL serial communication interface, and its parameters can be set by 80 commands. It is widely used in networking smart home projects when it is connected to Wi-Fi router. This is another one, CC3000. It has also IPv4 TCP/IP stack with the SPI host interface at 16 megahertz. So you can see its speed is increased, security is present. So with specific purpose, this module is designed. Now we will check how it is used. So application on that. So based on this application, you can design your own system.
इसका भी ऑडियो है क्या?
हाँ,
इसका
ऑडियो नहीं आ रहा है
नहीं
क्या?
नहीं आ रहा है.
Okay. Now?
No.
Okay. So I will explain what he want to say. He just explaining he configured the 4 buttons, and with these 4 buttons he is controlling these 4 bulbs, and this blue light is LED is indicating the Wi-Fi is connected or not. So when the blue light is connected, blinking means Wi-Fi is connected. So even though Wi-Fi is connected, you can control these bulbs, these devices through switches as well as your mobile device. So when you are pressing a switch, same status will update over there. So they are asking, no need to use other devices. This is the simple circuit diagram you can use, and this is the relay router, sorry, relay switchboard. This is the 4 toggle switches connected directly to Node MCU. Node MCU is interface to the relay board. These 4 are relays, and these red wires are nothing but the 230-volt connected through the mains. And one connection is went to the bulb. So circuit diagram also shown in further area. I will show now. So using these simple four things, we can create a project. Is the relay board you want to use? Four relays are there. This is MCU node.
Wi-Fi.
Yes, Wi-Fi module. And this is the circuit diagram basically they have designed. These are toggles which is connected on this GPIO and either side to the relay board. 5-volt powered board is there. Same this way it is connected. This is really a simple project which indicates the IoT application, and you want to download this Blink IoT for Android application from the Play Store. It is available on Play Store. So you no need to create a user interface as well. So this guy is showing an example where how we can connect the appliances to the mobile. Give me a moment. I got a call. Hello. Yes, Ayushi. Yeah. Hello. Sorry. Uh,
ठीक है
we will
ठीक है चलिए.
continue now. Okay. Wait. Okay. So it is showing he configured the controller, Node MCU, then Wi-Fi. Now he is going to add 4 buttons. So this is widget box where you will get the buttons. Added 4 button. Now he is giving the features or characteristics of the button, which relay he want to control. Okay, so turn on it is 0 and to turn off it is 1. So it is nothing but the configuration. So different pins he configured for different switch. So panel is created with 4 switch. So this code is available on their website. We can easily download. It's a free. These settings we have to do, which he is guiding, then only we can use. Also, Blink library is present on their website, just like stdio.h. Just we have to keep these libraries present on the local drive. Here you will add the authentication token, so they will share with us on the mail, so that we have to copy and paste over here like a key. Then add a Wi-Fi name over here and password. So these kind of things we have to edit in their software. So in further video, he is guiding which area of the code is used for which purpose. Like you can see here, relay off. Here you can see he is configuring the pins input and output like a driver layer we are doing. The basic configuration of the modules we are doing, that he is guiding. So this block of code is controlling the relay module basically with internet. Over here, delay is added, relay off, relay on. These things are present over here. So based on the switch input, they are taking the action. So this is this is the back and forth action where we have to update the blink status or LED status on our mobile as well, and same time we have to control the devices. So both they are doing over here, nothing but. Now, oh shit, it is going ahead. Okay, so he was explaining after flashing this code, blue LED will directly got turn on as it is connected to Wi-Fi. If it is not connected to Wi-Fi, then blue LED will be turn off. So it is an indication it is not connected to Wi-Fi. And important thing is this Node MCU can control through your mobile charger as well, or simply through mobile USB port. Now I'm going to show you the next video over which one step ahead, we no need to click on the mobile as well. With your voice also you can do the things. So it's a one of the enhanced part of this. If the voice is not there, I will explain. So you can see this is the smart home project, and they are using Alexa for this thing. So Google Assistant is used for controlling as well. You can see they have control through switches. Now the same will be used through the Alexa. So let me know if you can listen it. Is it audible?
It is not audible.
Okay. So this guy is asking Alexa to turn off the room light, and Alexa is replying on that. So it's a simple mobile application of the Alexa is used to control the devices. Now turn on the night lamp. Turn on the night lamp. Okay, so just I want to explain this small device. Not required of these Alexa or these physical devices. Only mobile application is required. Okay. So this much from me. Now I'm going to show you one interesting video. Tutorial. Give me a moment. Okay. So what is meant by smart cities? We were saying smart cities, smart cities. What is nothing but the smart city? I will play a small video. The good example. Are you able to see the video? Are you able
Yes,
to see?
huh,
Okay.
it is able to see in, but no audio. Huh?
Okay. Actually, there is only background music, so
Okay, okay.
it's okay. Maybe this will work out. So in short, street lights, signals, everything is connected. Everyone has a Wi-Fi module or any GPS, GPRS module which is connected with the control room. Maybe automation or manual control is present. With that, we can consume or we can save all the light system and effortless things we can do. Parking assistance system, all that stuff. Now this man is going, he's crossing the street, but he is able to do it safely because that car and all other things like a signal are connected to internet. Even waste collection companies is also using that. So they will understood how many people are contributing and sharing the waste. Are we collecting all the garbage from the city or not? Air pollution. So sensors are connected on the signal or main areas of the city from where we can contains all this data and monitor which is the polluted area. Suppose accident is happened, then alerts need to be goes to the police to control system. That will easily happen. So sometimes camera will also contribute as a sensor. Okay, so just this thing I want to show you. So this much from my side. Anyone has questions? So
Yes. Anybody is having question? Students, is there any question? Hello. Any questions?
okay, I will show one more good video
Yes.
with the live example. Currently, it is saying as a nest to nest. How is the nest to nest is happening? It's a Nest E versus Nest third generation. Two different devices, but they are connected. So this device has the thermostat inbuilt, and same like a Alexa, it has different features. It can recognize our voice. It can take the action. We will show the thermostat as well. He's just showing how to fit it. So he has fitted over here. Thermostat is inside it. So through that we can control the heat temperature of the room, and these devices are connected to each other. So in house, some suppose you have connected different devices, they are connected to each other. Okay, so I'm done. I think we should interact more with the question and answer session.
That is good idea. But there is why there is no response from the students? Yes. Hello. Anybody can ask question. Hello. Can we have some questions?
Is already everyone has studied or aware?
Any questions? Yes. Komal. Komal Molak is there.
Yes, sir.
Any question?
Yes,
Or
Komal, do you have questions?
No, sir.
You got the session? It's informative, or you already known? How was the how was your feedback?
Yes, sir. This session is very good as I got too much knowledge related. Uh, as I got too much knowledge related the Node MCU and IoT, how I can use the Node MCU for projects.
good.
Yes. So ESP 8266 is a very informative and cheap solution you can easily use. And Node MCU is nothing but a board, a complete board who has the ESP 8266 along with the other gadgets. And there are 16 GPIOs, so you can connect all the things to it.
Right. Yes, anybody more? Anybody who want to ask question? Okay, it is done. So, Atul, should we conclude?
Uh, yes, from my side, this much the content. So specifically regarding the syllabus, anything is covered in PPT and want to explain in detail, like protocols like MQTT. Already I have explained all the things, and MQTT is really simple messaging protocol. Now team should study on the lightweight M2M as well, which is near about 100K of a footprint. Footprint is nothing but the code size, and which will helpful. Also, I want to guide some content which is already present on the server or a website. You can just download that things and start study on it.
Okay.
So like a Node MCU, it's powered with the 3.3 volt as well. You can use USB connection through laptop or charger. Also on a breadboard, you can easily prepare a small project. I can show you one example for that. Let me share my screen again. Where it is. Yes. So this way on a breadboard, you can create a device. You can see over here. Simple LED is connected, nothing else. And this is the ESP8266A first version basic Wi-Fi module. This is showing your Wi-Fi is enabled over here. And this is the interface card actually, which is laptop. Through that you can connect. So this is a wired example, but it is a good example because it is connected through internet. You can control through mobile as well as your laptop. So when this light is blinking, it is connected to Wi-Fi as well, and through mobile or any user interface also you can control these LEDs.
Hmm.
So
Correct.
if you want, in soon I will prepare this project also and can send to anyone or to Kaya sir. You can
Yes, yes,
use.
definitely, sir. You can send us so that students will get what actually is happening.
Yes, yes, I will do.
Yes. So done.
Yeah, from my side,
Okay.
I'm done.
Okay, done. Uh, Thank you, Mr. Atul Shedge, and thank you on behalf of Department of Electronics and Telecommunication. We do have Professor Ashish Jadhav sir also with us. So Ashish Jadhav
Okay.
sir, would you like to speak something?
Yeah, sir. Sir, can we have some little focus on, let's say, Node MCU? If we are talking about, there would be a problem, major problem related with the dependency downloads. So, if you want to talk on that, that would be a great thing actually.
So dependency download mean what is the exactly happening? It is problem with the code or with the hardware interface it is happening?
No, most of the time I observed, student want to use Node MCU or let's say ESP8266 in their projects, but unfortunately they are not able to download their related drivers that we use on Arduino IDE.
Okay.
So with respect to that, if you have some guidelines, please, we would like to know about that.
What ID they are using? Explorer kind of thing. One idea I have seen that is also compatible with the Java program, so that we can install. And second thing related to ESP8266. how much supply they are giving, 3.3, or how much is they are giving through Arduino they are connecting?
Through Arduino, usually they connect 3.3.
Okay, then ideally it should not happen. Is the firmware boot firmware is present over there? I think
Yeah,
they are facing problem with the booting.
yes, yes, yes.
Okay, less than 100K. Okay, I will check once with the ESP because I have not faced such problem. Maybe these drivers are creating only problem, and which Java version should be used, that I will check and I will let you
Yes,
know. And
yes,
I
sure.
got
Yeah.
to know while browsing, you have to save the Lua files, LUA files. So that are
Okay.
present also.
Rather, what I'll do, this problem was faced by last year batch. One of the student group was working with this wireless notice board. They were trying to use this in a wireless notice board, this Node MCU,
Okay.
and they were facing this problem. So even we could not be able to fix the problem. It was related with the dependencies and driver installation. So I have
Mhm.
a couple of screenshots related with that. I will share with you through Kale sir.
Also, you can share. I will
Yeah,
definitely check.
yeah, sure.
So I think it is not actually a coding or technical related problem. Definitely, it is something else related to boot up or drivers. I will check that personally. Sir, any questions?
No, no, sir.
Okay. So I have actually want to thank you to Kale sir. Uh, I trained under him. Not to want to share more details, but thank you so much, Kale sir. During this 10 years of journey, I experienced what are the guidance I got during the college time that is really helpful to me. So I want to share the same experience with these guys. When we were working in the lab, these staff is always pushing us to debug and identify the problems, and I prepared my project of the last year by myself only. I prepared a robot. So along with the Kale sir, Deshpande sir, and Udavan sir, I prepared one robot. And from the cutting and assembly, everything we did, code we did. So from that habit, I learned how to debug and how to reach to the problem statement, how to analyze the requirement, and that is really helping me in my daily activities. And we are able to survive in this private sector. This is really tough right now. It is really challenging. Day by day, everyone will face this. So I will encourage the people to interact with the staff like Kale sir and get a guidance and do a good work in a good direction. So that direction has helped me, and definitely my sharing, my understanding which I have conveyed to you guys will helpful to you. Sir, I think you are on mute.
Okay, thank you, Atul. Thank you for giving us the time, because we know that it's a very hectic schedule in case as in industries, and it was really
Yes.
difficult for getting your time. But what to do? That is how the hectic schedule is about. And
Yes.
it was very nice talking after such a long time. It's been a long time since I talked to you last time. So
Yes, yes.
yes, on behalf of Department of Electronics and Telecommunication, Sweri College of Engineering, Pandharpur, I take this opportunity to thank you for giving your time, sharing your experience, and hope that this journey will be continued further. So in the coming
Yes.
months, we'll be seeing some more few good modules, practical modules from your side that will help to the students. And I can assure to the students also that we will be sharing, he will be sharing some kind of notes, or I could say some kind of project details, so that will be helpful for the students in the final year as well as in the third year. So
Okay, sure, sir.
that will be shared from our side. So thank
Yeah.
you all the students for attending this, and I hope that you might have got a lot of things from here. But the main most important thing is that the practical approach, which is very important
Yeah.
in this era. So I do
Yeah.
think so. Thank you once again, and thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, students. Thank you, Jadhav, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bye bye. Have a
Thank
nice
you.
day.
Thank you, Atul.